Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here of Saint Discussions on Strike 7 Sports. And today I just want to talk about the Saints and which team could be the biggest threat to them reclaiming the NFC South title this season. Now, as many of you already know, the Saints have not won the NFC South title since 2020. Prior to the last two seasons in which they did win the title, the NFC South, the Saints were the four-time NFC South champions, beginning in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Won its four straight seasons. They could have easily won it last year, based on how bad the division was, but they couldn't get it done, couldn't capitalize on opportunities presented in front of them. Even the team that won the division, Tampa Bay, was really bad because they won the division with a losing record. That's how bad it was. When you have a team that wins the division with a losing record, like Seattle did in 2010, and some few other teams have done in the past, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, we gonna talk about this real quick. I for this just for this video, when we're in regards to talking about the NFC South, I'm just gonna exclude Tampa Bay from this because I don't believe that they have a shot of winning this division this season. Don't have Tom Brady. Questions at quarterback. Kyle Trask, Baker Mayfield. Those are your two options. Um, they'll be formidable. They might be formidable to the Saints, but I expect the Saints to win both games. And usually, historically, divisional games, divisional opponents tend to be the most toughest because you know each other, you know the personnel, you know the quarterback, you know the tendencies and all that. But I expect the Saints to take care of business along with other teams in the division when they face Tampa Bay. But I'm just gonna pull up the Atlanta Falcons schedule, you know, real quick and just discuss, their chances of winning the NFC South, based on what their schedule this season and with the moves that they've made. So they got somewhat of an identical schedule to the New Orleans Saints. You open up against the Carolina Panthers. You play Green Bay. You play Detroit. You play Jacksonville. You got the Texans. That should be a win. Detroit could be an issue for them. Green Bay should be a win. It depends on how up to speed that Jordan Love is. Commanders could be a tussle, but is at home. Tampa Bay, like I said, it was going to be a layup. Should be a layup. You're clearly the better team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. Titans could be a battle as well, but depending on who you talk to, Titans could be rebuilding or retooling. With Derrick Henry in the backfield is always going to be an issue. Minnesota, we all know what they present to any team. Cardinals should be a layup. You got a big game against the Saints after Thanksgiving in the dome. Not in the dome, but in Atlanta, which starts the first of the two-game series against the Saints. Jets got Aaron Rodgers now. That'll be a huge game to rematch with Tampa. Got Carolina again. Colts should be a win. Bears could be interesting. And then you got the final game at home. At the final game going on the road, playing against the Saints. So they still have not given a timetable of a time of when this game will be, the time of when this game will be played. We all know it's gonna be on a Sunday, January 7th. It could be prime time, or it could be one of the later games in the afternoon, the 3 o'clock game, 3:30 game, or a 12 o'clock game. Now if this game gets flexed to being prime time matchup, 3:30 matchup, that means that something could be at stake. You know, and that's why the league intentionally did that because they believe that these two teams, the Saints and the Falcons, are so improved that they could possibly be playing for the NFC side title. Because it could go this way as well. I won't be surprised if the winner of this game gets the wins the NFC South title, and the loser either becomes the wild card team or go home. I think it's that close. It could be that close, in my opinion. So something to think about right there. The Falcons also made some big time moves in the offseason, like it or not. You know what I'm saying? But you got Ryan Nelson from the Saints, with the Saints defensive line coach slash assistant coach. You signed Cade Nellis. You signed David Onyemata. So, and you also drafted B. John Robinson in the draft, your first round pick, who's a highly coveted running back coming out of college. You got Drake London going into his second year. Kyle Pitts, the tight end. So you pretty they're pretty stacked in Atlanta with the weapons. Carolina, you know, they have a rookie quarterback. Drafted Bryce Young after trading that, moving up with the trading picks with the Chicago Bears to be in that position. A lot of people are sold on the Carolina Panthers. A lot of people really believe that Young is that good. Young is beyond his years, that he can get this team to a division title in his first year. Now, to me, I don't think so in this first. I don't think it's gonna happen in his first year. I think there's gonna be some slight growing pains early on, but he'll catch on eventually. And I think he's gonna finish out the season real strong. To me, but their schedule, man, is similar to the Atlanta Falcons and New Orleans Saints. Each team in the division plays the NFC South. Now, between Carolina, the Saints, and Atlanta, they should at a minimum go 3-1 against the AFC South. 3-1, because the AFC South is just as bad as the NFC South. You know, so Jacksonville, gonna think Jacksonville could present a challenge for each team in our division. So that's why I kind of give them that one potential loss. But other than that, if that wasn't the case, you easily sweep the AFC South. But Carolina does play. I believe they play the Cowboys. The Saints don't play the Cowboys this year. They play the Cowboys. Their one AFC opponent this year outside the AFC South will be the Miami Dolphins. You play Green Bay, Detroit. You got the same opponents as the Saints. Now, are they efficient enough to win those games? That's something to look at. Carolina is another team similar to Atlanta that made some really good moves during the offseason. Despite trading away DJ Moore. You got Allen. You ain't picked up Allen Thielen. You got Miles Sanders, the running back from Philadelphia. You got the wide receiver out of Ole Miss. I can't think of his name right now. Who a lot of Saints people thought they would go ahead and pick up in the draft. You got him. You got Jonathan Mango. Still got Terrence Marshall, if I'm not mistaken. You got Hayden Hurst, the tight end, picked up from Cincinnati. And you got a new head coach in Frank Reich, who knows how to, who has a track record of building up young quarterbacks outside of Carson Wentz. But that's a different discussion for a different day. But so you ask me right now, which team is the biggest threat to the Saints win NFC South right now? I will go with the Atlanta Falcons. I just feel like they're gonna be a really good football team this year, and they may lose just as the same amount of game as the Saints, and it could be a tie to where both teams have the same record, and you playing for the division. The final game of the season. You know, So that's why it is imperative that the Saints take advantage of the easy schedule, that the projected easy schedule that they have, so that way they can distance themselves from teams like the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Because if you pay attention to everybody's schedule within the division, it's identical and it's easy. It's projected to be easy. But if you don't have the personnel at certain positions, along with the proper coaching, these games can be hard. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Saints got to get off to a strong start. If you can split with Atlanta, you know, because if you don't, you may be going home, or you may become a wild card team and not have the opportunity to host a playoff game. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think right now it's gonna be the Atlanta Falcons. I think they got a quarterback that in Desmond Ritter that has the potential to have a breakout season. In my opinion, he has all the tools this year to make it happen. If not, if they don't get it done, I just think they're gonna go in a different direction. Quarterback class this year is gonna be really loaded, and that could be it for him. But I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? We got a small sample size of what he could do last season. But I think right now it's the Atlanta Falcons. Man. It's the biggest threat to the New Orleans Saints reclaiming the NFC South title since 2020, the 2020 season. Carolina, they'll be formidable, but I don't think right now this is their year. But they're going to be building. I think they're trending in the right direction with their head coach Frank Wright working with Bryce Young. So we'll see how it play out. Once everything pops off on the field real soon. But training camp coming up, and there'll be a lot more information, interesting stuff coming out. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. Which team do you believe is the biggest threat to the New Orleans Saints right now? Carolina Panthers or the Atlanta Falcons? Also, check out SaintsDiscussions.com for latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization. Have a blessed night. Be safe. I'm out. Who that?